Hi everyone, my name is Monwar Mukul. In this video, I will go through installing of Oracle Grid Infrastructure 19c software in Oracle Linux 7.6 using Ansible Playbook. Let's start with the control server. In my case, the control server is here. You see that OEL175, and I have already completed all the pre-installation task for installing Oracle Grid Infrastructure software. So I put that requirements into a file. So this is the file. First one is servers for the rack installation. In my case, I have already set up two servers. One is Aura X1, which is first node, and Aura X2, which is second node. Operating system version is, in my case, that is Oracle Linux and 7.5. Let's check that one. So here you see that is Linux server 7.5. You can check for second node. Oracle Linux 7.5. Next one is Oracle network setup. For rack installation, we need to set up networks. There are public IP address, there are private IP address. Also, there is virtual IP and scan IP. For each node, we need a public IP address. For each node, we need a private IP address. Public IP address and private IP address are two separate network. We also need virtual IP and scan IP. And I have already added all those IP information to etc host file. Let's check that one. You can see there is a host file for my first node. No, this is second node. If I go to first node, if you look here, then you can see that public IP address and virtual IP address are on same network. This is the first node. If you go there, second node, so you can see here that public IP and virtual IP in same network. And if we look here, that private IP, they are on separate network. For scan, for my test lab, I did not set up any DNS server. So I'm using actually one single IP, though you can see the entries here. You can see I'm just using one IP for scan. Third, we are checking here that all the disks are ready and in place. I have already set that up. Let's go to node 1. You can see all disks are in place, which will be used for ASM. There are other requirements like for OS level, different users and groups, physical memory, swap memory. Oracle recommended that 4 gigabyte physical memory and 8 gigabyte for local storage. You can check that one. Memory here and SG. As we can check into second node. Next, the operating system groups and users to install Oracle Grid software. I have already created all the required OS groups and users. Let's check that one. So this is central Oracle inventory group. Check the same thing to second node. Check for SM. Only SM groups there. SM groups there. Is there anything with OS? Okay, so groups are there. Now we can check the user. So all groups and users are in place. Here you will see that I am going to use two users. One is Grid user and one is Oracle user. Grid user is mainly for Grid infrastructure and Oracle user is for Oracle RAC software installation. Now next one is Oracle database software. So you can download this software from Oracle website. I have already downloaded that and staged into my stage area, which is your 01 app. Think wait. Oh no, this is not this server. This is on my control server. So if I go there, cd u01 app s minus lt grid cd u01 stage. Yes, here is my grid software. This is my stage area. In my case, I put into control server so that I do not need to copy. I just straight unzip to my managed servers, which is my rack node 1 and rack node 2. If I go to my requirements to see again, okay. Next one is I'm talking about my playbooks, the setup of my playbook. So if I go there, I am actually running a role. Let's open it separate window. So SSH 175. I'm going to control server cd etc Ansible. My role is first check the master playbook, which is get Oracle GI. So Oracle GI and Rack19c R3.yml. This is my master playbook where I'm calling a role. You see role. So the role is Oracle 9 Rack GI 19c install. Let's see the structure of that role. So these are my main playbook, which has got all the task. I'm going to call that inside that playbook, and variables are defined. In my case, it's on main.yml under vars directory. Let's see the content of the my playbook, which is main.yml. You can see here I divided into three sections. First section is for preparation tasks, which are related to tasks like create the required directories, then set up network time protocol for time synchronization, and rack gi19c pre-install .yml. If I go through that one, you can see here what I'm doing. This task, you can say I'm setting up response file, silent response file, unpacking Oracle grid software from control node to my managed servers. Then I'm setting up cluster verification utility and verify that one for CRS installation. Then if I go to second portion is mainly to run software and root scripts. So if I go these tasks, software installation, You can see here that I'm running git setup.sh script from grid home where I have unzipped grid software and using a response file to run into silent mode. So when silent mode installation is done, first part is done, then it's just running OO install root and root skips. And third section, I am running the config tools. So let's check that one. Config tools into silent mode. And verify the logs. When that is done, when that is done, last task is to verify cluster installation. In this task, we are just adding Ora tab entry, then checking cluster resource with crstl command. Next one, check the cluster status for both the nodes and update profile. We're going to see the variables file. Variables file is under vars. So if you look here, then you can see that I have already defined the um, required variables value like software directory where I stage my Oracle software. Then I define grid base or grid home, inventory, different groups, scan name, cluster name, all the disks name, and the data disk group name that will be created, what the storage option. So all the necessary variables I have already defined into parse file. Now let's start with the playbook. So to run that playbook, we need to run Ansible playbook. While XML. So I put like this is it's running now. It's gathering all the information. If you see that, you can see the first message. Second task is it's creating all the record these groups, both the nodes 102 and 103. 102 is my first node and 103 is my second node. It is done with NTP. It also copy the grid disk software response file to the target servers, and now it's doing unpacking or unzipping Oracle grid infrastructure software from control server to my mm, target servers. This unpack can take 3 to 6 minutes based on system resource. Here I'm going to pause my video for 3-4 minutes. So unpack is done, then it's doing cluster verification utility. This time it was very quick. Unzip just took 3 minutes. So preparation task is done, and I put a pause here to make sure that there are no issues. So it looks good. I'm going for next step. So Control C and then capital C. So this step it's going to install Oracle GI software. So Oracle GI software installation is done, and I can see that one. This message is here, so I can go for next one. Next step is to run root scripts. Just running root.sh into the first node. It will take few minutes. So I'm doing pause here. So root script is done for first node. You can check that execution log. So ASM has been created successfully. This groups created successfully. Booting file successfully replaced. And configure Oracle GI for a cluster succeeded for node 1. Now it's running root script for the second node. First node it took around 8 minutes with my, so it finished root script for the second node. Now before going forward, we just validate that one. So no error message here. Let's continue. Now it's doing config tools post part after root scripts. So now we see that one it finished. Let's see here. So config tools configuration done. There are no issues at all, which we expect. And you see that update node list was successful. Next part was ORA tab entry, and then check the cluster resources. And here I see that all cluster is up and running for both the nodes, node 1 and node 2. Then set up profile and in message. So we have successfully finished Oracle GI installation. As you note, this playbook is, as you know, it's with my setup, lab setup. So I'm going to share this Ansible codes to my GitHub repository. You can download that one, you can play that one. If you have any suggestions to contribute, then you can send me an email. I'm happy to respond to you. So it's time to play. You can play with Ansible to set up Oracle Grid infrastructure installation. Thank you. Thanks for watching.